Hello, in the new video. Today we're going to take a look at Heracross in the Master League Premier Classic Cup. This Pokemon is kind of unique as this Pokemon is able to resist fighting type moves while still beating all the Pokemon that normal fighting types are also good against. And also, since this Pokemon got the move Rock Blast, it's also going to be able to now do some damage against those flying types in the meta, like the Dragonite, like the Gyarados. Of course, it's still not going to hit as hard as, for example, a Rock Slide from a Machamp or a Stone Edge from a Conkeldurr, but still, at least you have some coverage here, and it's most likely the better move here. And we're going to see how good this Pokemon can be. We got some battles sent in here from the Ace rank, which we can take a look if we can see something that can get better, or like anything that we could change there, as we see an Excadrill coming in. This actually should be a pretty decent game for you here. You're just going to no-shield everything, and you should be able to just farm it down with your own Heracross here. I wouldn't go for this disarming voice because it wouldn't really help you at all. Now your Heracross doesn't have enough farm, but you're going to let this move go through, which is nice. They don't get to another move, which is also very nice. And you should be fine now, but I think because you didn't get enough farm here, you might not be able to reach another Rock Blast, but it's going to be close, and you are barely not able to. So yeah, here again, you needed more farm on your Heracross, like they were locked into it, throwing the charge move there. Either you throw the Moonblast or you just don't throw a single charge move at all, because then you don't really get any farm at all. Like either you KO them or you don't get farm, which is like, yeah, you definitely needed to get some more farm there with your Heracross. A Mudshot does basically no damage against you, is also a fighter that are going to be able to resist ground type moves, which is kind of nice. So something that could have definitely went a little bit better. We see a Gyarados here. Gyarados will go down to the Snorlax. You're going to have a shield advantage now, and you're going to be able to align your Heracross against this Mamoswine, which is going to be very nice for you. The team itself, I pretty think, I think it's definitely very good here. Should be pretty decent. As we see a Dragonite coming in here. Dragonite gets hard-walled by this Florges. There's nothing that they can do here. And you will be able to go for a disarming voice, which gets the shield from the opponent, which is nice. I don't think it does KO yet, but like it doesn't matter anyway because they cannot do anything against you. Even if this move comes through here, it doesn't really matter. As they go for another superpower, you will be able even to reach another Moonblast against the Mamoswine, as you still have way too much health left there. And you should be able to pretty easily win this game here, as this Moonblast will even KO the opponent, and it is going to be a good game. Next opponent, we will see Florges against Excadrill. Horrible lead, swap immediately into your Shadow Snorlax here. Good play there, as we see a Dragonite coming in. You have a lot more energy than them right now, which is good. Do they go straight for the superpower? That would be weird, so you're going to no-shield the Dragonclaw, which is also a very nice decision, as you can go for one more Body Slam. They're going to shield up just in case it's Outrage, which is understandable, of course, as we see that this Body Slam going to do some pretty decent damage. You're going to let this move go through. I like this play. Now you're going to be able to farm it all the way down Florges and get a ton of energy. Of course, superpower going to do still a little bit of damage, but not as much as you would need to worry about it. And you will be able to get so much energy that you can now swap out into your fighter. I would have saved the energy here. Definitely save the energy, would help you later on as well, and definitely don't. It's very risky what you do here right now. I wouldn't have done this at all. There is definitely likely that they have maybe a flying type, for example, in the back, and then swapping out, for example, also Florges here. It didn't really make too much sense to throw the charge moves there. If they have some answer in the back, you still have 2 shields left, and they have 1 shield left, so that means you might be able to get rid of some time from the switch clock and still use the charge moves later on against another Pokemon. Or like this, it's a little bit trickier. But yeah, it's definitely, I wouldn't really go and stay in there and throw the charge moves at the Florges against the Steel type. I would just swap out immediately into the Heracross, and you should be better off here. While you still have, of course, a chance to win this as you go for one more Rock Blast, going to get the final shield. But again, now you are basically dead with your Heracross, and you will not be able to win this game. Or they swap out, but okay, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. But I think you could have won this game. Ish, maybe. It still would have been, of course, a little bit closer. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of staying in there for that long. We see a lead where you definitely have to stay in. Very risky play here. Again, you have to now definitely get switch advantage here. There are a ton of teams that have a fairy type in the lead and then have a fighting type in the back. So swapping into your Snorlax here is very risky, and unless you're going to be able to realign your Pokemon here, you're going to have a very tough time, as you're going to get most likely a shield here. But I don't think you're going to be able to realign. Never mind, okay, they're going to let this move go through. Very lucky for you, because otherwise it would have definitely hurt you a lot. To swap out there, you definitely should have stayed in. You can now go for, I would go for the baits here, to be honest. Especially if you shield here, like shielding is definitely the correct play because you're so weak in the back. And you at least got now the Heracross against the exit row, which is nice. But yeah, like a little bit tricky there to swap out immediately. If they tried to realign, you would have been completely screwed. Like you had no chance at all if they just tried to shield their Swampert once, and they would have been fine. But you were lucky that the opponent kind of misplayed here, as you can go for one Rock Blast, which would get the shield from, never mind, doesn't get the shield from the opponent. Now you can just go for Disarming Voice the entire time, which should seal the deal. I think you should win this game now, but here, again, go for one fast move first. You know that this will not KO them, you know that this has shield still left, and going for one fast move would allow you to just get this fast move for free, basically. The opponent always going to get a sneak and a charm anyway. You have a 2-turn move against a 3-turn move, and if you throw your charge move, it also takes a 1 turn, so at the end of the day, they wouldn't get another move in there, and you just get a free fast move. So like throwing immediately wasn't the play there either. We see a Dragonite in the lead here, which is very nice for you. You can go ahead and go for the, oh, they're going to swap into the Togekiss. That's kind of unlucky. You go into your Snorlax now, which is fine, which is definitely the right play as well. You should actually have a pretty decent time here, I think. You should have thrown earlier though, because now they would have the chance to realign if they want to shield twice, which might be their play because they are so weak in the lead there. They're going to shield the first one, and they're going to shield the second one. So yeah, what is this going to tell us? You definitely show shield there. Throwing the charge move here, I think, is correct, because this will KO the opponent, and you will see the Dragonite coming in now, which you can go for Disarming Voice, and I guess they are super weak to fairy types, which is your good thing there, but again, not ideally played. We see another opponent with Excadrill. You go immediately to the Snorlax, how it's supposed to be. And now I wonder how you're going to play it when they stay in here. This will most likely do half of the health. Okay, they don't stay in here, but it's fine. You can just go for Body Slam now, of course. But Excadrill in the lead, a lot of times they just go ahead and just try to debuff you immediately, get rid of some health of you, basically, just to win the secondary matchup. Not getting to the charge move there is kind of sad, because like it was so close. It was literally 1 turn away. As you're going to be able to take this crunch. I'm not sure why they went for the crunch. Disarming Voice is definitely the play here, as you're going to be able to get this thing. Actually already KO'd. I thought you wouldn't KO him there, but it's fine. And you will see a Heracross in the back. This is, again, the same situation. You just allow the opponent to get some farm right now. Of course, they're going to throw now. You're going to shield this now. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know what the shield will help you here, because you have literally only the Heracross, which is going to try to win this game for you. Definitely wouldn't have shield there. Like, you have literally no Pokemon where the Florges could have been. So, for you, even throwing here is literally risky there, because if they're going to shield it anyway, and now you debuff your own defenses, which allows the opponent to farm you down, and this might still lose you the game, and it will lose you the game. So maybe you're actually still going to win this. I think you're just gonna get buried to Disarming Voice here, I think, but yeah, you're still going to win this. But that's not how you're supposed to play it. Like, definitely not. Don't go for charge moves anymore when they have 2 shields left there, if you can just farm them down anyway, and keep the shields for the fighter if they have 2 steel types left. The fairy type will not help you at all there. We see a Dragonite in the lead. You go straight for the charge move here. You can do this. You lose 1 turn by this. If you go for 7 fast moves against the Dragonite first, you would be able to only lose 1 turn against them, but yeah, going straight is also okay. We see a Togekiss coming in here with nice flower crowns, as you're going to let the move go through. There you go. Like, it was a bad fast move timing. They got basically a charm through for free, but it's a little bit tricky to throw here, to be honest. Like, against charm, I don't know, the animation for me it seems to be something that I'm also not really capable to learn when to throw there, but it is fine. I go for an Ancient Power here, which will get shielded, which is also okay. You go for the hopefully finishing blow with Disarming Voice, and you will see the opponent coming into a Steel type. Again, swap out, please. So, like, throwing here doesn't really help you at all. Staying in here is even worse because you're just gonna get farmed down. Just swap in those scenarios. Like, you literally have 2 Pokemon left, and at the end of the day, like, you're going to, like, usually you don't maybe want to swap if you know that the Pokemon in the back might have a bad matchup or whatever. But at this point of time, the Pokemon in the back definitely gonna get into a bad matchup anyway, like if they still have one, because like the lead just dies anyway. And in this scenario, you're actually going to lose this matchup exactly just because of this issue. If you just swapped out immediately, you would have won this easily, no doubt. And like this, you just gave the opponent free farm, which is not the ideal way to play there. Be always a little bit careful. If you only have 2 Pokemon left, then it doesn't really matter too much if you have to swap out anyway, if you have a horrible matchup like this one there. So, like, I wouldn't have thrown the move there. I would have definitely swapped immediately into my fighting type because it would have helped you way more. We see the next opponent having a Primarina. Primarina will be a pretty okayish matchup for your Snorlax. You're actually going to get to another move, which is very important for you, because now you're going to get the final shield as well. You will have to shield once against it though. You can decide on what Pokemon you want to go into. Both are fine, both are do basically the same. You're going to take this Moonblast, which is fine. And again, you kind of need to swap out here. Swap out, please. It's kind of difficult to watch your Florges getting completely destroyed by this thing. Yeah, like, please swap out earlier against Steel types with your Fairy types. It's always like basically the same scenario. Like, this is something that you can directly improve on. This scenario where you have 2 Pokemon left and you basically are locked in this one matchup there, you can just swap out, like, literally. You just give the opponent free farm basically, so it doesn't really help you too much. And now it's going to be a little bit tough to still win this game. I'm pretty sure you're still going to be able to. I think you get to the close combat in time. Yep, just barely, and you will be able to win this game. But next time, please swap out faster. That would definitely help you there. Next opponent, we're going to see a Florges against the Dragonite. Good lead again for you, as you're going to be able to just stay in here. They go for the Dragon Tail. You actually overfarm by this time around. This is totally fine for you. This can only be a Superpower or a Dragon Claw, it doesn't matter. And now you actually throw in the perfect timing here. This was after 8 turns, 4 moves of you, but 8 turns in general. And the opponent was at 9 turns there, so it was perfectly thrown. Now you actually didn't really have to do this, I think. I think you could have just farmed them down. I think you realized it as well here, and you just no-bubble it. But again, we have a Steel type here. You need your Fairy type maybe for whatever they have in the back, because it didn't swap out. You are lucky that you get the shield and the debuff here, of course. But yeah, next time swap out immediately into your safe swap, not into your fighting type, and just into your safe swap, which would be the Snorlax. And again, they have a Pokemon in the back that is weak to Fairy type moves, so would have been very helpful to have still the move on your Florges, and would have been very helpful to have a little bit more health on your Florges just for this specific matchup. Definitely try to swap out of horrible matchups earlier a little bit. That would help you more. We will see that you can let this move go through, which I definitely like. You can just win this game now easily with your Heracross, or you go into your Florges again and now let this move go through. I guess it's fine as well, but yeah, now you can just counter down the opponent and you should be fine, which is very, very decent. But again, swapping out against Steel types with your Fairy type might help you a little bit more. You don't always have to throw a charge move. We see a Walrein, something that's a little bit rarely seen, which is not as good in Master League compared to like the other leagues, especially compared to Ultra League. This Pokemon doesn't have the bulk here. This Pokemon doesn't have anything really going on for it. Please don't run Walrein in the Master League Cup there. It's still not horrible, of course. Like, don't get me wrong, you can still play it, but just the missing CP it just hurts, to be honest. You're going to be able to easily win this matchup now. You're actually going to shield the Earthquake, which is a good shield here, is we're going to see that you get a Garchomp against you. Garchomp is definitely something that you can counter pretty easily with your team, as you will be able to go into your Florges and you'll see what they have in the back. Most likely something that you can counter with your Heracross. We have to see Earth Power comes through, and it's going to be something that you can, at least here you swap out immediately, something you can counter with your Heracross. I would go for the bait here, to be honest. I would just go for a Rock Blast because the opponent most likely going to shield anyway. But you're going to build up to 2 moves and you don't even get to the move. And like this, the opponent going to win this game. You would have been able to win this game most likely if you just went ahead and also throw a charge move there, would get the shield there, and you would have been able to finish off the opponent by 1 Moonblast or even 1 Disarming Voice there. Again, some slight mistakes there. But yeah, this is going to be it for the video. Thanks for sending in those battles. I hope I gave you some feedback on gameplay that you can improve. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.